Michael McCall, AFTN. Jesper, I don't know how much of that 2.5 hours you actually got to enjoy, but the fight shown by your team to come back from the adversity, finish with 9 men, just talk about your emotions right now.
Yeah, of course, football is a funny game. Over the course of 2 hours, you can come through everything. We played, for me, a very, very good first half. Second half, they changed and got momentum going. They played through the middle, and we really gave the ball away too easy. And then in the extra time, we were of course lucky to get the win. But you know, the players, they did everything, and sometimes you just have to put everything you got on the pitch and see what happens. If you're 2 men down, normally it's not possible to get through 25 minutes. But the players did it. They're extremely disciplined. They're extremely, unselfish. Everybody put everything out on the pitch, and and then a little bit of luck in the end. And of course, I'm really I'm so happy for the players because we've had such a great season so far, and everybody has chipped in throughout the season. We've faced adversity throughout, and also today in today's game. And everybody is just trying to stick to the plan and try to do everything they can and try to help their teammate. And everybody just they all team everybody, and I think it's I'm happy for everybody, but I'm also a little bit tired now.
I don't blame you. You're a very pragmatic guy, so I don't know how much you believe in fate, but when they hit the woodwork twice in stoppage time at extra time, did you think then, this is ours?
No. I thought, how could we get through the next 3 minutes? But of course, we had a lot of tired players in the end, and we couldn't really stop them. Of course, we couldn't. We were playing with 2 men down. We wanted to play out from the back, but it seemed like we didn't really believe in it, and players on the pitch were not comfortable. So we gave the ball away all the time, and they just came at us all through the last 30 minutes, and it was you have to believe that you can do it. You have to believe that you can put something up, and you have to trust that that we also have a structure that has to help you when things are difficult. Not just when it's easy, then everybody can play, but when it's difficult, and it was difficult today, and then you need a little bit of luck in the end, but we got that, and we will not complain about that.
Simon Fudd, Soccer Talk Vancouver. Jesper, what did you say to the players after all of that? I mean, a Herculean effort just to get to a penalty shootout. What did you say to the players when it was all done?
Before the penalties?
No. After the game was over, after you'd won it on penalty.
Yeah, I said that it was amazing that we could find the energy and we could find the composure, and sometimes you have to bring things. Football is a game where there's a lot of unpredictability, and sometimes you have to rely on things that you don't normally rely on. Normally we're a team that has a lot of possession, plays well, and has a great flow of the game like we had in the first half, and chance creating, and in the end that was simply not possible. So you have to rely on the grit and the grind and running the meters and protect the box. They had I don't know how many corner kicks in the end, and we were 2 men down, and we survived because that was what it was, but and then it was amazing how much effort they could put on the pitch, 2 men down.
In your entire career as a player, as a coach, is there anything that compares to what you've witnessed tonight in your career?
I really don't think so. Just for my, first and foremost, for me, LAFC is the best team we've faced in the MLS this season. Just to make that clear. They have a great team. I think it was 2 very good teams. And I think that it was, a game at a high level, with a lot of good individual players. We also saw a great goal from Sonny. You know, it was great individual efforts, two great teams, two teams that really work cohesively on the pitch. But the way it turned out and went back and forth, no, I don't think that I've witnessed that in my career, and then end up winning in a penalty shootout, 2-man down. No, I haven't. No. And I forgot about also the crowd. You know, just coming into the pitch before the game, seeing all the towels, see everybody cheering for us. Amazing atmosphere, and I'm so happy for everybody in Vancouver because I think that creating these moments together with 54,000 people and you know, getting this kind of game, and I just think that the joy you can have with sports when you're together, I just think that it's amazing feeling for everybody there, and I'm just happy for everybody, and yeah, I think it was unbelievable.
Do you have an update on Bilal and how he's doing?
No, not yet.
When he went off, what's going through your mind?
Yeah, we have what we have. It's not. Then we couldn't do any substitutes, and it's about how can you try and find the structure that can help the players. How can you close down? You know, there are some players you from the opponent side would say, okay, we can allow this player and this player maybe having the ball. How can we maybe close down for it's obvious Bouanga and Son? How can we do that when we are 2 men down? And how can we also be knew that we're gonna defend low and they will put a lot of passes into our box, and how can we protect the box, and you know, all that stuff. So it was more about how can we help the players. It's not about panicking or nothing. That doesn't help. It's just see what we can do. Of course the odds are bad.
The way that your players responded, though, what does that say about your group as a whole? It's about your team.
Yeah, we've been so fortunate. I have been so fortunate inheriting a group like this. Great players who's willing to do whatever they can to help the team. Very unselfish group. Brought in a Thomas Müller, who's won everything. Very unselfish. All team. Everybody chipping in for the team, and it's been like that all season, and sometimes that pays off, and it paid off today. And I said, listen, we could have sat here afterwards and we wouldn't have made it because they scored one of their chances in the end, but we also had a little bit of luck today, so we'll take that.
Patrick Johnson, Post Media. With Tristan, I mean, obviously what happened. Before that, I mean, it looked like maybe he was starting to tire a bit. Did you ever think about taking him off?
Yeah, I did, because when he fell into the post, to the goal post, where the game could have been killed, 3-1 there we would basically have won it. He had a yellow card, but also the reason was that Ralph had some minor problems, and I would not take out both of them. So it was a little bit, could Ralph go on, or what could we do? But I'm really a guy normally that has a large amount of respect for yellow cards, because I know that you're limited if you make a little mistake, and you make a bad decision, then you play 10 against 11, and then you're done normally. So I think it was, we can see our statistics. The only game we lost since July has been when we played 10 against 11. So it's really something that's meaningful to think about. So yeah, I had the thought. Yeah.
You bring up Ralph. I mean, I was going to ask about his game overall. I mean, it was a bold choice to play him, but he's been playing so well. And what can you say about how Ralph has grown over the last 2 months, especially as a defender?
is a player where it's easy to say that he is a very good player on the ball. It's easy to see that he has very good abilities on the ball. He's a great passer and he's technically very strong. Sometimes maybe with the high intensity pressure we play with, it's been a little bit difficult for him to play in the midfield. But he's also done very well there. But we had the idea that he could play as a center back. It opens up the space a little bit more when he can take the ball more forward. He should have done that more in the second half, because that was when we started protecting too much and played backwards instead of he can take the ball forward and he can dribble it forward and break the lines himself. And he just have to do that. But he's playing at an unbelievable high level considering how long time he has been playing this position. So I think it's huge credit to him for not only playing well, but also have the mentality to say, okay, this is maybe an opportunity for me to play this position.
Nathan Derrick, A51 Sports. I wanted to go back to the first 45 minutes. We all knew how you were going to approach the game, how LAFC has kind of approached all their games throughout this season, especially building up through counterattacks. But you seem to have a lot of success in stifling them in that first 45. Now that the game is over, can you kind of talk a little bit about what you worked on throughout this week in order to approach how they were going to come at you?
Yes, without giving too much away, obviously, because we're not going to change approach every time. But it's about, for me, in the first half we played maybe some of the best 45 minutes we played all season against the top opponent. And we had great flow in our play because we had the right distances in our passing. And we were connected. People always say that you have to play compact when you play against the ball, but you also have to play compact when you play with the ball, because we don't want to leave open spaces when you lose the ball. And that's definitely something that they can exploit with the players they have. So we wanted to play very close, so when we lost the ball, we'll be close to winning it back if we could. And I think we protected that. We protected the ball well. We had good quality. We played with pace in the ball, but still patience before attacking too early. We also talked about not attack too early. We had to sit them down and have coverage behind the ball and be ready. And it looked to be very, very, very good. But when you're also behind 2-0, it's easy to change something and you do it a little bit more freely. And in the second half, our distance for our passes was simply too long. It was not good. And we built up, played backwards, and then it was easy for them to jump when we played back for Johe, and then there was a long ball and we were too long in our team. And that's something we have to fix.
Yeah, Manuel Feth, Transfermarkt. Jesper, the first half was brilliant from your team. Then the second half kind of...
Was not.
Yeah, you don't think so? All right, well, disagree on that right off the bat. I thought it was brilliant football. I thought it was a deserved 2-0 lead. But my question actually was...
No, in the second half, yeah. No, sorry.
I want to go into some little bit of a different thought stream here. After that first half where you're up 2-0, things slowly started to unravel. And then it culminated in that second yellow card, that brilliant free kick by Son. What goes through your head at that moment as a coach?
Yeah, we need to see whatever we can do to see if we can see if we somehow can maybe survive 30 extra minutes. We had some players with difficulties even before the game. They played very, very. They gave everything, but then we also had not that many stops left, and we had to save a stop for the extra time if that should happen. And yeah, I think that it was. It's about how do you believe that you can put up a scheme where you believe that you can end up winning the game. And I was frustrated, of course, but I have such a great team around me also helping. Just what can we bring of solutions? And we saw pretty fast that we couldn't play with a 4 because then Goldie and Jivan would drop down and we played with 6, so we changed to play a 5-3-1, and I think that helped us until, of course, Bilal had to go off, and then then everything was just about surviving actually. But worrying and thinking about what has to happen, and I had it doesn't help you anyways, and doesn't help the players. So you have to somehow just believe in them, because they have not given me reason to do anything else, and then try to see how can you help them, and that's the most important thing. And then you need something to succeed, and sometimes yes, today was was one of the days where we did it anyways.
Can I ask, how do you help them? Like, what do you tell your team in a situation like that, where they were in such an amazing position and then going into extra time in a really dire spot? How do you help the team in a moment like that?
No, when we had the break afterwards, it's very important not to look backwards too much. You know, it was obvious that we hoped that we could win outright, you know, in the regular, but we were not able to. It was a great strike from Son. It was of course a beautiful goal, but yeah, we had good belief. Everybody chipped in. It's not just me. Also the players, they had good belief and said, okay, we're gonna do this, and we believed in ourselves, and we have faced so much adversity this year with injuries and with players away, and you know, so we have a strong belief, yeah, we just talked about how we could who to focus on, and how we could try to maybe survive a little bit, and then how we could go the other direction as well. Thank you. Yes. Coach, that's all we have. Is that everything?